Welcome back. I am Opiate, and this is OP Gaming. As I work my way through my backlog, one game per letter, today I'm taking a look at Condemned: Criminal Origins, developed by Monolith Productions. They're well known for their Fear series, Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor, and the upcoming Wonder Woman. Honestly, I almost didn't even play this game. Upon first booting it up, I was met with a bunch of technical issues that made it close to unplayable. It wasn't difficult to find the patch, but my issue is that I don't feel like I should have to do any of the work to play the game that I bought. Maybe it's just me. So you follow an FBI agent by the name of Ethan Thomas. He's headed to a crime scene where the killer is still at the scene. He frames you, and now you're tasked with finding out what is going on. The game itself really doesn't make a ton of sense. You're supposed to be looking for a killer, but you're actively roaming around hallway to hallway killing everything in your path. In terms of serial killers, you're actively killing dozens more than the person you're chasing. And there isn't really much of an explanation as to why these people are even running around attacking you. And the questions don't stop there. Later, you find enemies that can crawl around all creepy, for whatever reason, and enemies that have no mouth and can disappear. It's almost as if they completed most of the game, and then decided, you know what, it's not enough, and then they added a bunch of random elements that don't really fit in. Well, the weapons are primarily melee, although if you look around, oftentimes you can find a pistol or a shotgun. It seemed like an alright combat system, but apparently it wasn't enough, because later in the game, enemies show up with SMGs ready for a full-on gunfight. The other aspect of the game is the quote-unquote puzzle solving. The very first time you pull out your handy-dandy helper tool, you're told that the device itself chooses what you need based on the puzzle. And as if that's not enough hand-holding, every puzzle gives you a brief black and white scene showing you where you need to look and what you need to look for. I can't presume to know what developers are thinking when creating a new IP, but it's slightly obvious that they had a viewing party of the movie 7 and then made the intro. Meanwhile, the rest of the game is rushed at best and a mess at worst. Aside from making guns more prominent in the second half of the game and literally spelling out every single puzzle solution, the game makes you stand still while you're using the phone, and you have to use it often. Now, I didn't make this video to bring up that he has an earpiece, so he doesn't even need to hold the phone. But when he does, he's not allowed to progress, because apparently walking and talking is way too much for the FBI. And I wish that was the only time my movement was hindered. But whether you're walking upstairs or downstairs, any change in elevation, even a little, completely changes your character's movement to a crawl. And if you hold shift to run, like to move quicker, not only does it not do anything, you lose stamina. Overall, I'd give this game a 5 out of 10. It took about 5 hours to finish, and I really couldn't finish it any quicker. Literally. The game slows you down so much that trying to move quickly was impossible. I thought the story was going to be deeper, but it falls a little flat as it takes an odd turn in the second half. And look, I can admit that I might have had a better time had I not had to go out of my way to make the game work. The last thing a player needs is to finish the job that we pay others to do before we can even start. It's the worst way to start a game, and typically is the type of thing that makes me delete the game and not even bother. Down below are all the links to all the things: game page, dev page, background music. Be sure to like and subscribe. And as always, I am Opiate. Thanks for stopping by.